Question number 2, does God exist? There are several arguments for the existence of God. Let me just give you one. Even atheists today are admitting that space, matter, and time had a beginning out of nothing. Well, think about this, friends. If space, matter, and time had a beginning out of nothing, whatever created space, matter, and time can't be made of space, matter, and time. Now, when you think about a spaceless, timeless, immaterial, powerful, personal, intelligent cause, who do you think of?
A jackass god that would create an entire civilization only to then regret doing so and drown everything that was alive on the planet except for one family, forcing them to incestuously fuck themselves into a whole new population. Did I get it right? Did I get it right? So yeah, I do agree that does God exist is an important question to ask, and I think that more people should ask this question. I feel like a lot of people have bad standards for evidence because they think that something is evidence and supports a conclusion when in reality, like we're about to discuss here, it does not actually support the conclusion that they come to. Frank here, of course, is trying to beg the question, or he is begging the question of, you know, there being a creator God. And it really does seem like he's just sort of pulling a couple of these things out of his ass, meaning the powerful, personal, and intelligent, immaterial. He is pulling those things out of his ass, but I mean, he does have reasons behind thinking those things. Like for the personal thing, he typically argues, if I'm not mistaken, he typically argues that, you know, basically it takes a personal God to want to create a universe with life in it. But see, the thing is that we've run quite a number of simulations, and, you know, life, however unlikely, will arise at some point, because that's how probability works. Like a highly unlikely probability doesn't mean that it won't happen. I mean, it means that it won't happen in a small set. But if you have a large enough set, like say the number of chemical reactions that occur in the entire universe, you know, for billions and millions of years, like say that kind of large ass set, it's definitely going to arise more than once because that's how probability works. So every single part of this that he has mentioned here is a begging the question fallacy. He starts off by assuming that there has to be some kind of intelligent creator in order to create everything, and then he builds his list here based off his idea of what this creator is, namely the Christian God. That's how he comes to this list, is by begging the question.
God. Now, we don't know it's the Christian God at this point, but we know it's a theistic God, a being who's beyond the world, who created the world.
I like how he's like, yes, God does exist, you know, for these reasons, but these reasons are really fallacious and it's not a sound argument. So therefore it doesn't support the conclusion that yes, God does exist. I think that this is probably amongst one of the worst pieces of evidence for God. This whole idea that, oh, because the universe does exist, that necessitates an intelligent creator. I don't see the necessity in an intelligent creator, primarily because we have natural explanations for the universe inflating on its own, coming into existence on its own. We have good scientific hypotheses that work for that. And so as long as we have that, that makes God the most unlikely conclusion, because God is magical. When you get down to it, that's what Frank Turek is arguing for in this video. Magic exists. Here are 4 reasons why you should believe in fucking magic, because that's what his whole worldview entails, is that magic exists. God magically created the universe. Frank Turek is too stupid to understand how the universe could come into existence all by its lonesome. Therefore, God had to do it. It's the worst personally incredulous argument that you could possibly make in a 4-minute fucking video. So no, Frank, God, as far as your argument goes, is not proven to exist. It still has not been proven to exist. So I think that you need to go back to the drawing board, because I can't imagine that these next 2 reasons to believe in Christianity, or to believe at least that Christianity is true, are going to actually support the conclusion. Because so far you're down 2, buddy. I guess that would be no in the pink, 2 in the stink, huh?